Hello, family, we did live. I will start the program with the music at least before we start. Let's listen to this saloon tune. First of all, I need to make a disclaimer. This platform does not own the copyright to this song. This song was played purposefully for entertainment and educational value. Family, on a good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever on a day. And welcome to the program Inside Saloon today. Now the then and now media empire with the broadcast live on Facebook. Me now host and presenter, Mohammed Kamara, popularly known as Supermed. And today, na Saturday, the 3rd of July, 2021. Would they say congratulations to all the England fans out there. As it look like, say, the 3 Lions don't conquer the Ukrainian force. So I say congratulations to all the English fans out there. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Sierra Leoneans, as we now all know the usual the program, we now begin share this program immediately. As we don't see now today, the title of the program, now the COVID-19 saga, now we continue Mama Saloon. Very important issue. We already read the president's announcement we make for 1 month. Church mosques all the close, all the other new restrictions them we then count with. And wait till the president say this 3rd wave now we country, it look like that Delta variant where that will be affect India very badly. Where that they spread all around the world. So we patriotic and progressive Sierra Leonean them, we are all concerned. We want to go thank you first because we are very religious people from Sierra Leone that God not spare with the total brunt of this particular pandemic here. We don't see how it affect Western countries then. And some countries in Asia, some countries in the Americas, the United States, the so on and so forth. But we countries in Africa, more of our young countries, Sierra Leone, we are largely spared. So we thank God, thank you plenty for that. But today, we get people in the medical field. Dr. Feremusu Kamara for deal with we today. We can help you for give we an holistic idea about this particular Delta variant, where we government will say right now, I know can we country, and it's very transmitted. And we know say many people them getting concerns. Many people them get their own perceptions about the information they come out from government. So now we bring them experts them. We will help we for analyze, look into them into detail. We will give you proper and thorough advice, ladies and gentlemen, because this COVID-19, we all see what it don't do in the Western world. We don't see the suffering we don't cause, the disaster we don't cause. One way or the other, we all don't suffer that fate day. We all don't suffer that fate day. So, when something like this they happen back, the kind of information we don't get from the country, we really need for come out there and talk about them. And make sure say we give now the information them to the best of our ability. Let us know what's in the happen. Let us prepare ourselves. Let us prepare ourselves because this thing, we know say we all get with skepticism them. We all get worries them. So people will say, hey, this is not a true, na government, na this, na that, na this. But what to me they say is, they will give the benefit of the doubt to the authorities then. But again, I could get the people them today, where now the experts then. We will help we for advice we, what we for do. You know, we country, we know say the vaccine not really widespread yet. We all know that. We know say the medical issue now in country is very challenging. Very challenging. And we don't see country when what would describe saying an advanced country then, when the health sector very tough. They get all kind of expertise, all kind of hospital. We see how this particular sick challenge them. Really challenge them. We see what's in them face. So we now this platform, the then and now media empire, one can call on us today, bring them the experts them. You know, for make them can help we for advice. As soon as see them bar and push more on Asiam, now we main hospital and the corner hospital. Now then I'm bar today because if anything happen, that hospital ain't for be at the brunt of waiting with the we experience that country. So, ladies and gentlemen, when I will begin for share, we guess them go January anytime soon. We all know about the COVID-19. We don't see what it don't do now big country like America, where over 500,000 people don't die in the United States of America alone. As I talk, so close to 500,000 people don't die in Brazil. India has close to 500,000 people or even more don't die in India. The United Kingdom, over 100 millions of people don't die worldwide. And then country where the health sector them very, very strong, really resilient. They get plenty doctor them, plenty equipment them, hospital them, in country. Yet still, we see the kind of struggle with them face. So we don't contribute for say we know the kind of challenges where we country they face in terms of the health sector. It's very important. Now we discuss them here so and now be on attention. Again, see they what to do, we get the guest them, we get the expert them. We know say people they watch game, and hopefully the game done. We upset them go join me very, very soon. Men spread the message. It's very important for us to spread the message nationwide. Now we discuss them. Again, I can always talk say, where I be young, then tell one story, the cry wolf story, where this small boy here in the village, when they can come on a farm, even tell me all man they inside us now, and they go hide behind one of the hosts them. Where all man don't go inside for go sleep, now he tell they run come out, wolf. All the big man they come out and stick them and cutlass them for can rescue them. When they come, no wolf no they no say lie, they lie, begin laugh. So it don't do them 1 time, 2 time. People them don't take an answer, but not so serious, but always can pull like them. So one day, when actually come on a bush, they come, when the wolf run at them, he allow wolf, nobody no come. Nobody no respond. Because what thing do, they take and says, but not to treat, they tell we, now so you can tell wolf come out, and know they come. So we know that symptoms say in relation to we own country. So again, I make we advise say, you are not listen to the experts. And we don't do it utmost. We get an expert in the field, in the medical sector today, which we were just done January, where na Dr. Feremusu Kamara, and we also get we human rights activists and somebody we also tin up one for push salon business go before for make sure say any challenge where we get na Sierra Leone, instead they go more instead they doing your utmost help for help the people in Sierra Leone. When our own resident human rights activists na this particular platform, Madam Fatima Conte, also the journey, don't join me live as soon as you see. And Dr. Feyamusu as well, don't join me live, please. Now let me continue for share. As I will come, ask me guess them tell where I get, when I say I do to family. Madam Fatima, can I start with you for say hello to family they watch we so live?
Hi family, this is Fatima, the human rights activist. Thank you for listening and thank you for coming to this program. Thank you, Superman.
Thank you very much and welcome, Madam Fatima Conte. And again, the same thing also we experts who are going to field today, Dr. Feyamusu Kamara. Doctor, we say hello to family, please.
Hello, everybody.
Thank you very much and welcome, Dr. Feyamusu Kamara. We know say we resident doctor. We can help plenty one today. We say understand what they go on in our country. So I don't want to delay anymore. I want to go directly to this interview because we get limited time. And like what I said, please, ladies and gentlemen, when I share this program, let we get plenty of people who can hear from the people that were there in the know. We go can advise we in terms of this particular variant. What we government says say we press it on come. Now media says don't say now the most feared Delta variant now in on can we country so. So I want to go directly to Dr. Kamara. Dr. Kamara, please, we want you to give us a background, in terms of this particular Delta variant and how infectious it is, because we young government, we country, our president is very, very worried. And they've brought in new swift restrictions. But like again, we're saying people in Sierra Leone are very skeptical because again, there hasn't been this confidence coming from the authorities. They've been receiving so many mixed messages. But I'm calling on people that we should give the authorities the benefit of the doubt and adhere to the restrictions or to the advice they've given us. What is your take? Can you please give us a background of this particular Delta variant in terms of this COVID-19?
Okay, well, when I know say na ya them born me, so me Creole is too terrible right now. So now the English one I go talk, confused.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kamal. That is okay. Go ahead.
So I will start off with the background on the, overall, let's just review for COVID-19. As we know, this is an outbreak of coronavirus. Now, there are several different types of coronavirus. Like all viruses, they have several different types. And this particular one came out in 2019. We identified it December 31st, 2019, after there was an outbreak, a cluster of viral pneumonias in the People's Republic of China. And from that time, my perspective, of course, is from the US. We have been hearing about it on and off, on and off. Nobody really thought this was going to be serious because every so many years we hear about this virus, that virus. Even we own people that we've been suffering with that Ebola business not too long ago, and they always controlled it. But this one now, because we've had coronavirus, it's around, they've known about it, they've been studying it. But COVID-19 is a specific strain, just like the flu virus. Every year a new strain comes. This coronavirus also has strain. So let's say right now, they actually there are, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 known strains of coronavirus. Their names: Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Epsilon B1427, and Epsilon B1429, and then the Delta one. This particular Delta one seemed to spread a lot more easily than the previous ones. And that is why it's so dangerous, because it's spreading a lot easier. The current movement and information that we have on COVID-19 is that it spread person to person through sneezing and coughing episodes. So from droplets from the lungs. So when you cough, the droplets from the lung come up, or if you're sneezing. So that is why we came up with the protocol of social distancing, because the science shows that when you're at least 6 feet away, if somebody's coughing or sneezing from one individual, it's hard for it to travel beyond 6 feet. So that's why they say stay 6 feet away. Then we also put in the face mask. So if someone is close by, you don't realize it, that may also help prevent it. And then further, they say that if you're around someone for at least 15 minutes or so who has it, you have a higher chance of catching it. So maybe if you're just around them just a few minutes, it's less likely that you will get it from the way they're breathing in and out. So usually for you to be at a higher risk, higher chance of getting it, you need to have been around them for at least 15 minutes, less than 6 feet. And so this is how it's spread in general. But this particular one is spreading a lot easier. And so that is why now we are putting in the new curfew. And this particular strain came about after we developed the vaccine. So I know there are rumors going on right now, why all these years they've been working on HIV, there's no cure. They've been working on cancer, there's no cure. Why in just 1 year they have a cure? Well, the thing is that like I said, coronavirus is not new. There's lots of different types. And then this one came. Okay, so the coronavirus, you would say like the alphabet, they have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Then This particular is coronavirus 19 out of the alphabet. And then within the 19, it has some small parts that would change on it that makes it harder for our body to recognize it. And so it's spreading easy. And because it it's hard for our body to recognize it, even though for those who've been vaccinated, it'll take longer for the body to clear it. And so by that time, that person may have been around so many other people, and that's how it's spreading easily. But this is the key. The vaccination still, just like with the flu vaccine, it doesn't mean you're not going to get it, but your body has seen it before. So you won't be sick as long, so your body can fight it off faster. And that's why we're advocating the vaccination, because it doesn't mean you won't get it. You will still get it, but your body will be able to recognize it and come up with, be able to fight it off a lot faster. So those are the main things that we need to keep in mind. I know we all had our suspicions about, why every time they want to inject us, they want to use us as a guinea pig. Me, myself too, I know I'm a doctor, but I have my suspicion. I'm like, why every time now when it's vaccine, it's us you want to come, right? You want to try it on us. But overall, our people have been doing pretty well, and they did on the ABC News, Nightly News, they did a special. They were surprised to see how Africa has been doing well. And it may be because of our previous experience with Ebola. We were ready to respond. But I feel like now we're starting to become careless, and we're not being as strict as before. And now those things, people are dying, and we're not necessarily using the resources. We have our suspicions. We say, this one, it's our spiritual enemy, spiritual attack.
Well, again, Dr. Framusu, please let me just interject. For Sierra Leone, which is our own country in Africa that we are mainly particular about, we obviously haven't got enough vaccine there, because I think we got a little bit dose from that NACOVAC, whatever, that we got some AstraZeneca and the Chinese vaccine that comes in. So, I mean, for a population of close to 8 million, I think it's less than 200,000 or so vaccine that we have in the country. So for people who might get infected, who are not vaccinated, what is your best advice to them? I mean, in terms of, if they've already been infected, what should they do to at least help themselves fight this particular virus a bit better in terms of, their survival with the severe illness or subsequent death? Or what's your advice?
So for what my experience with treating COVID-19 has been here in the States, and because it's a virus, the disease come in a spectrum. Some people get it very, very bad, and some people just get it's like a cold, fever, body ache, maybe like malaria-like symptoms. So if you're having, because here they say flu-like symptoms, back home it's more like malaria-like symptoms. So if you're having symptoms like malaria, it's better, first of all, you don't want it to spread. So isolate, okay? Isolate yourself from others to prevent others from getting sick. And most of the time after exposure, it can take up to 5 to 7 days before you start having symptoms. Actually, initially we said 14 days, right? It can take 5 to 7 days for them to detect it by testing before you have enough for them to test it. So we recommend isolation first of all. If you're noticing you having flu-like symptoms, or you think you've been around somebody like that. And then number 2, basically, we just tell people to rest, drink fluids, and vitamins. Actually here, the vitamin D has been very good, and vitamin C and zinc is what we've been encouraging people to use, natural vitamins. We have medicines here. In the States, people have been using steroids, but you don't always need that. It's the people who are much sicker. If you're having problems with breathing, when you walk, you can't even catch your breath, that means you're more serious. And if you have the ability to go to a hospital, then that is what we recommend. But if you're just having body aches, fever, malaria-like symptoms, trying to take, if you have access to the multivitamins, fluids rest, and don't, try to do your best not to spread through covering your face with any face mask or bandana or whatever, and trying to wash your hands. It's the best thing because you don't want to spread it to the whole household.
Okay, then thank you once more again, Dr. Kamara. Again, the other issue we have in Sierra Leone at the moment is even that vaccine hesitancy. Most Sierra Leoneans are thinking, oh, this vaccine, it kills people. They've got all these sorts of information on social media. And so even the limited vaccine we have, people are not going forth to take that vaccine. I mean, like I said, we've got that AstraZeneca there as well. We've got that Chinese vaccine. What advice would you give in terms of those two vaccines? Because we've had lots of controversy over the AstraZeneca vaccine. Some European countries suspended it and they resume using it again. They were talking about blood clot. What's your general advice in terms of those two vaccines? I don't know whether if you know about the Chinese vaccine as well.
Yeah, we had similar issues here as well. Myself, we had access to the Moderna. That's the one that I got. And then after that, they started giving news reports about the possibility of there being it causing inflammation in the heart. But this is not new. All these vaccines are treatments, and all the medicines have risks of side effects. So you have to just look at your own situation and say, okay, what is, my chance of, do I want to, this is a pandemic. The whole world is pretty much shut down. So if you want to give yourself the best chance, then I would consider taking it. Now, I can't guarantee that you're not gonna have side effects. Me too. I was scared. I didn't want to take it. But I'm in healthcare. I'm working with sick people every day. It will be irresponsible of me to not take the vaccine, and then I could potentially spread it to 20 people in one day before I know I'm sick. So in my case, it was a better idea for me to take it. Now, if you're someone who you're not going anywhere, you have limited exposure, it's highly unlikely that you will come in contact with somebody who has it. You can take your time about taking it. But if you know you're going out there every day, like the way they did it here, if you know you're what they say, you're out there, you have to be in business, you're out in crowds, you're gonna be exposed. It's no way that you're not gonna be exposed. It's in your best interest to go ahead and take it, because the risk of you getting it, and the point is, you don't know how you're gonna respond. Some people, they get it lightly. And it's interesting because I've had people in their 70s that get it. They just like the flu, 2 weeks, fine. Then we have other people who are in their 70s that get it, they're gone. And same with the little children. So there's really that's the hard thing, the statistics, the predicting who is going to respond. And it's not always, oh, they have diabetes, oh, they have high blood pressure. That doesn't always guarantee that they're going to be the sicker ones. This virus has been so unpredictable for us. So it's always best to use your resources. And if you have access to the vaccine, it's a good idea to go ahead and take it.
Okay, thank you very much once more again, Dr. Kamara. But one other thing I want to clarify, and again, family, I'm going to always continue for share, because, this is not very, very good advice we get from the doctor now. And it is for advice in relation to this new Delta variant where government say it don't reach in Sierra Leone, so that the people will be well prepared, do the utmost best for protect themselves and protect the community. Very important that we continue for share, let people get this information going forward. And doctor, one other concern most Sierra Leoneans have is that sometimes people have underlying conditions, and there is a rumor going on in Sierra Leone that once they take the vaccine, then just for them they die. They died instantly. Does this vaccine affect people with underlying conditions, like people who've got probably blood pressure or high blood pressure or some heart condition or diabetes or whatever condition? If you take the vaccine, has there been any proof to show that underlying condition, comorbidities are affected or triggered, or situation gets worse when you take the vaccine, as far as you know?
As far as I know, the only thing they say about that AstraZeneca is if you are have known allergy. So if you're allergic to any of the components to it, but as far as any underlying condition, no, there's no report that says you shouldn't take it. It's just people, like if you have certain like food allergy, egg, things like that, they will ask you prior to giving to you. If you have those type of allergy, then it's more than likely you should not take it because you may have allergic reaction. But as far as if you have diabetes, high blood pressure, actually those are people they want to take it because they have they have a weakened immune system.
Okay, thank you very much once more again. And the other thing as well, family will now continue for share. The other thing as well we need to clarify, because there's many misinformation or whatever you call them on social media and WhatsApp. People are worried in Sierra Leone. I mean, lately, 2 days ago, the president had to come on here and there's a month program of lockdown, basically, with stringent conditions. But people are also worried that the government is advising people to take the vaccine, a limited vaccine we've got in the country. And again, family will continue with the doctor because the doctor gets a limited time. We other guests will go for break and come in very soon, but the doctor gets a limited time. We want to bring come all the medical things them know we go ask and they go clarify for we very much, because that's there to the advantage, to the benefit of we all Sierra Leoneans. People are worried that this vaccine has been in Sierra Leone for quite a couple of months. Maybe it's expired. And other people are worried that it's not being kept in the right temperature. Do you know anything in relation if this thing is not being kept in the right temperature, if it is it's been there for a couple of months, how if it's expired? Has there been any study to say if those things has happened, people shouldn't take the vaccine or it would have adverse effects to people?
Now, regarding whether or not the vaccine has been kept at the right temperature, that one will be very difficult because it depends on the condition of wherever it is. But as far as expiration, most of these drugs, when they create the vaccine, is usually good for 2 or 3 years. So that one, as far as it being expired, that's unfounded. But in terms of how they keep it and where they keep it, that really will just depend on the clinic and where it is. It's kind of hard to say that. But as you know, I strongly believe that with our government in place, and the ones who are administering the vaccine have been trained and educated on the proper way to care for the medication. So
Anyway, thank you very much once more. I mean, it's very you Dr. here, they clarify some of the key things them were very important going forward for the country. Because for our country, Sierra Leone, I must say our health system is not very strong. We haven't got enough hospitals. We haven't got enough equipment in the hospitals. Even oxygen is a problem. Even having constant electricity is a problem. So most Sierra Leoneans are worried if this particular variant, this Delta variant, becomes the dominant strain in Sierra Leone, it's going to have a very serious effect to the people of Sierra Leone. So sometimes the misinformation or whatever, or the double standard information or whatever they're getting on social media and from authorities as well, it's not helping the situation. What will be your overall advice to those in the authorities, the health sector in the country, the government, and the people of Sierra Leone in relation to this particular variant?
well, I think that the best thing is that for us, for the government to reach out to activists like you, people like you who our people trust and know are going to bring them the best information, and have them connect with the people so that they can feel comfortable, and hopefully they are ones who have already taken the vaccine, so they can see that even here, they had this bill by President Biden and Kamala volunteered to take the vaccine to give people the confidence that this is safe. So I think that what you guys are doing is the best thing. You're forward moving, you are trusted, and that's to connect with more community leaders, maybe the chiefs within the town or the mayor. If we can encourage them to take the vaccine and represent to their people that is safe, then we can move forward. That's the best way.
Yes, I mean, that is a very, very important advice, ladies and gentlemen, because we've got to give the benefits of the doubt to the authorities. We know there are so many rumors out there. There are so many different information out there, but we have to believe at some point what the authorities told us, that this particular variant, this Delta variant, is in Sierra Leone, is becoming predominantly the main strain in Sierra Leone, and we see infection rising. According to government, some of the main hospitals where the COVID patients are going are almost coming to full capacity, and also they've started seeing fatalities, people are dying. So again, today we got the good doctor, Dr. Feremusu Kamara, who've take time off her busy schedule to join us and give us an advice. She hasn't got enough time, but she is here for a short while to just give us an advice and let this message get to all Sierra Leoneans that this particular variant, this Delta variant that's well originated actually from India. We saw what was happening in India. Thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of people died. Daily, they were having over 4,000 to 5,000 fatalities. And India is a country that is even more advanced, cannot be compared to Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone, how many doctors have we got? You know, we've got only 1 or 2 main hospitals in the country. Like even the basic facilities in the hospital are not there. So we've been very fortunate that this particular pandemic has not affected us as what other people were predicting. So if this particular third wave, how the president described it as third wave, has come to our country, then please, let's listen to the people in authority. The people like the good doctor, Dr. Feremusu, we have here tonight, who is giving us an advice. Dr. Feremusu, again, to conclude, we want you to explain to the people how serious this particular variant is and the threats that it could pose to a nation of short, let me say, well, a weak health system like Sierra Leone.
Yes, the way, you know, I mean, you basically just described it. Look at India, and with all the resources, the death that was there. What about us? We don't even have enough physicians to take care of the people, enough healthcare providers. So if we don't stand up and take care of ourselves, number one, wear your face mask or something, cover your mouth. Number two, social distance, don't go to crowds. I know it's hard. I know it's hard for us with all the things that are going on. Avoid crowds. And then number two, isolate yourself if you feel sick. Don't get everybody else in the house sick. And finally, if you can, get vaccinated, because that will help to decrease the spread.
Thank you very much, Dr. Feremusu Kamara. We're very grateful in this platform to have you here today as an expert, somebody who's been in the field, has dealt with patients. In the United States of America, we see millions of people have been infected. Over 500,000 people died from this particular COVID-19. So it's not child's play. And the United States got one of the best health system in the world, if not the best health system in the world. Thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of physicians, so many hospitals, everything, ventilators, so on and so forth. We saw what happened in the United States. What about us? I don't think even we have 1 or 2, even up to 10 ventilators in the whole country, Sierra Leone. Even oxygen is a problem. Even lights, 24 hours light is a problem. So let's take, precautions. Let's take all the best measures. Let's give the benefit of the doubt to the authorities. Yes, we might not believe them because we've got so many misinformation coming from their side, but let's do the best we can do to protect ourselves and our communities. Again, once more, Dr. Feremusu Kamara, I want to say thank you very much. I know you have to go now. Thank you very much for taking time off your busy schedule to join us tonight and give your, expertise advice. Maybe the government of Sierra Leone also need to bring people who are genuine experts to give advice to the people of Sierra Leone so that the people will have some sort of trust. Because I think that trust between authorities and the people has broken down completely.
Well, thank you guys for having me.
Thank you and God bless. Thank you. Bye. And ladies and gentlemen, we good doctor don't give advice. Now we get with human rights activists where now a constant contributor on this particular platform, Madam Fatima Conte. Madam Fatima Conte going forward. Again, the doctor don't say we all think about this particular variant, this particular sick, this particular virus. The virus says it don't mutate. Now we don't get this Delta variant. But what you go say to authorities there? Because what do they give from Sierra Leone? Some people they say when they go take test, then go tell them say you positive. When they go give small thing, they say no you negative. And so many irregularities, so many things that happen when they give confidence to the people. What are your advice? What are you work to the people as well as the authorities and the government in terms of this particular variant of this particular virus?
Okay, thank you, Superman. First and foremost, I want to talk, to the president before ever I talk to the people. Mr. President, Mina Fatima Conti, and I'm really disappointed because we encourage each other. A salon, a small place. You took a vow so you will protect the people and their properties. And where disease like this come, you don't give but them. You will encourage the people and say, you get to take this wire so, but not for bulldoze them. If you don't take this, you cannot enter this office. If you don't take this, no. That is not, psychologically, it affects them. So you should know how to, your presentation, how to present, your words and stuff like that. That's all, they encourage people and for go take the vaccine. But if you say, okay, this, when I not take up, when I can't go this, it's not fair. Because not to that you take an oath for. And you will know how to encourage your people then. Because they are your people. And you don't fit in there. So you got to take time and talk. Whole town meetings, like what my sister, they say, whole town meetings. The members of parliament, go out there, talk to your people. Don't just stay in one place. Move around, talk to your people with protection. Go talk to them and sensitize them, say, okay, you have to do this. This is what you have to do. Encourage them, say, when I take the vaccine, be there. You take the vaccine in front of them. Encourage them, say, if not to that, we don't want for who get more population where they die, for loss on that.
And again, Madam Fatima Conte, I just want to interject quickly for both this point where they make, because it's very important. Communication, not a process, it's interpretive. It also that shared meaning. So you get plenty aspects of communication. You get the way I present them, because it gets communication is also symbolic. So the way I persuade people you get forget a way where people go able to believe you. It's not just about say, I'm gonna do this one thing. People, you have to have a strategy for they go persuade them. Probably use expertise them. They go with this evening, we bring out somebody when an expert in the field. We don't deal with so many people, we don't see so many things them. This, I think say now something that you be careful build up on in terms of the our president and the government for present this particular issue also. So go ahead again, Madam Fatima Conte.
Yeah, but what's another talk? Yeah, it's very heartrending to me because the government, Mr. President, I've never called you Mr. President, but you have failed the people because you encourage them, and especially the school children, them begin and talk to them, and the woman then, the mommy then they get home. Talk to the mommy, then call them, town hall meetings and talk to them. You're not just appointed to sit in your office. You're appointed to go everywhere. That diversity needs to be. You need to go from one place to another. I know you want protection, but that's how, you communicate with your people. Relate to them. You have to relate to your people. Talk to them and said, okay, this medication, yeah, so good for we. Me, don't take them. Una take them. Call the elected office there, the elected people there. Say, we could do this together. It's a teamwork. Everything in life, even what you do with your wife, is a teamwork. We all have our differences, but we work together to build up the nation. And we have to work together. Mr. President, we can work with you. It's therapeutic for us to work with you and work with our people. We can work with you. If you need help, we can help you. The last time you came here, you said, okay, all these medical people, medical personnel, we want to bring we come home. But that does never happen. You left here and that's it. So we can help because this is our people. Like I always say, the first and foremost obligation for me. I am a mom, and I don't want anybody to suffer. The kids, I don't want them to suffer. My brother and my sister and the moms. So I want us to work together to build this nation so we can stop all this, fatal disease and fatal stuff that is going on. Please, Mr. President, I am begging you to do good for your people and let us work together as a team. Even if, you can ask for our help. And at this time, if you don't make reservation for people and food, because when you separate them from stuff, food and stuff, we said go get food and like them food bank and stuff and place them, we said go get food for eat. Most of these people don't have food. They don't even have one day meal. So we have to think about that. And if you come to we and say, just spread the word. Like when you come and talk, Mr. President, we like you, we want to make you succeed. But at the same time, you have to work with us. If now $1, diasporas then when they around the world, we can put them for support with people then when they back there. So then go get food for eat.
Okay, thank you, Madam Fatima Conte. Again, I just want expand on this particular discussion, because what happened when the president came, when he made the announcement, is that he said mosques and church, they can close. So many people in the salon say, well, if bar and waiting and call is still open, how comes mosques and church close, bar and still open? So people are also skeptical. Again, I don't know whether if now measures the way you feel saying that the appropriate measures them, or maybe government for do something even more, or maybe they put in a better way where people them go more acceptable to people. What's your take on that?
Oh, well, I will give reference, to Usadi Asoma, the states. When we have a lockdown, the restaurants were closed. All the restaurants have been closed. So, and the prayer houses, all of them were closed. So if you say you close for 1 month, which we close, almost a year, Mr. President, I'm talking to you as a sister, as a mom, please reverse and rethink your statement about opening the bars and restaurants. Let them close. That's why, you have fundings. They make provisions for here. They make provisions for support them, for give them half money and stuff. So I know that funding is there, Mr. President. You can fund them, but what's they going to lose, from this pandemic? Please, Mr. President, do good for once in your life. Do good for your people and help them. All this, if the church needs, the people needs the church because their supportive system, it's and the therapy from the church, but not to go drink alcohol or food. If you provide food for them at home, they can eat. But alcohol is just for temporary stuff. After you get drunk, you get sober, then you start thinking again. So it's not good. They're still going to socialize. I know I heard you said, okay, take out.
Madam Fatima, I just want all you know a particular point there. I want that you revert back. What will be your message to the people in the salon? Because many Sierra Leoneans are skeptical. They don't believe, say, this particular COVID say then we continue right now, this so-called third wave, we present about Dede. This Indian variant, when they call this Delta Dede. So many people are not really adhering to the precautions, to take the measures and they. And for good reason as well, because of so many misinformation, like when people they go, then tell and say them positive and go give small and tell you negative, all of those sort of things. So what like could be your message now to the people in Salon in relation to this particular third variant where government don't talk about when they say this this particular Delta variant on kind of country?
The message to the people, I'm encouraging everybody to go out there and ask your medical personnel where you can get this vaccine. And anything in life, I know, Africans are always said, okay, I don't need therapy, but we need therapy because we have therapists. Where you go, remember where we grandfather and can talk to that's therapy. So we have all those systems inbuilt in our places. So we can call them big money and then say, when I come talk to them, picking the idea, make them take this vaccine, or make them see you take the vaccine front to them and talk, encourage them. Say, if we're not taking a sue. To me, this throw out there. Say, please, when I talk to our communities, then make them take the vaccine and make them see, how, what to go through. Una safe, because if I take them, I'm gonna make them safe take and I'm gonna believe, say, okay, it's working. And some it's not working. Like what my sister said, because of if you're allergic to them, it will cause some too bad, because I don't think they get test them or the facilities, for allergies test. So I don't know, but if say you get allergies, I think say you forgive frame you safe for take them.
Okay, thank you very much, Madam Fatima. I'll just clarify that point there, because ladies and gentlemen, we'll be get Dr. Feramusu Kamara will be joining earlier on. We don't do plenty advice. It be get for left early because it be get other engagement as well. It don't give one of the things I like is people will get them food allergy. Now the normal thing say, men be careful for taking the vaccine. But again, Madam Fatima Conte, I think we only have about 200,000 doses of the vaccine at the country anyway, for a population of nearly 8 million. So somebody was saying to me earlier on today, say they want to travel, go from Freetown to the districts. They don't even inquire, say, but we want to take the vaccine, but nobody will give them direction. So, I mean, the vaccine itself is a limited supply. It's a limited supply. And if we get only about 200,000 at the country, even if people want to take the vaccine safe, for a population of 800 million, it's not available. So what's your advice to the people, apart of this vaccine here, what people for do for look after themselves and for make sure say them protect themselves and then protect their community?
For take precautions. First, they get for eat good. Anything in life, that your diet is very important. And I think because that's make a plea to the government, please make provisions to them. Like, the green way that they eat. I'm not saying cassava leaf, but, potato leaf and stuff. You get more vitamin and, the carrots and stuff. So for eat them food that they, the one they want to know able to take them and the president, please, you get the international community, the American embassy, the British High Commissioner, you can spread your wings and talk to them that we need, even United Nations is there, that we need more vaccine. And you have that capability, you have the finances, you can buy more and bring it. Because that's the oath you took. Not to man. Remember, man was just there representing God, but you took it to God that you will protect your citizen and protect their property. So that's one of the most important things that you can do for your fellow citizen as a president, because you took that oath. So stand by it and do good for your people.
Thank you. Thank you very much once more, Madam Fatima Conte. And today, Madam Fatima Conte, they with a human rights activist and somebody always stand up for fellow Sierra Leoneans wherever they na salon or na the diaspora. But earlier on, we don't get Dr. Feramusu Kamara, we don't come now, so we don't explain to you plenty to them about this particular Delta variant. This way they affect the world rights, we don't count with this third wave. We don't see plenty countries where it affects. Notably in India, where thousands and thousands of people, and we all be here, where even for cremates and space not be there. So if the president say we say this sick non can we country, we all worry because we all think about people, we get people vulnerable. We know say we health sector in our country very weak. So we're trying to discuss this for make sure so we give all the best advice to we own brother and sister them with people in Sierra Leone. Men and take the best precaution as they could. And again, one of the other things is because of the dire economic situation of the country, then institution where government don't count so back, people are really worried. Say, but if we not come out, if we not go to not come out from point A to point B, how we go get to living? Because again, somebody, if you not eat, where we start like we talk, so you need for eat, at least for let you system strong, where infection can say we will fight that infection in it. But if you not get time for go out for go find that food where they eat, that's gonna be challenging. What do you think?
Yeah, that's why I'm pleading to Mr. President to make provisions. And it's not too late. to, send a message. It's not too late, Mr. President, for you to go out there and give a statement, just one statement, and says, I need your help, diasporans. Even $1 can make a difference. We have to help each other. That's why we're humans. We have to help each other. And if I don't do that, then I'm not, the value of me living, it's nothing. So I live to support one another. That's what we live for. Mr. President, please do the best so you can support our people there. And yourself, you never know, because it's the disease that everybody's scared of. You can't even walk. I remember we have lockdown here. We're just home. We go to work because we're in the medical sector. But, the rest of the world was shut down. And some people just work at home. So all we can say, Mr. President, I am begging you, for goodness sake and for God's sake, do the rights for your people and make provisions for them to eat. Make provisions for them to eat. Let your people go out there. Provide rice. Provide, like sardine, it's a good protein. I know, Africans like sardine. We love sardine. It's a very good protein. So they can have sardine and some veggies and stuff, which will build up the immune system to fight this. Go out there with your masks, please help yourself. And Mr. President, let them have all these buckets that you used to have out there. It's not just you, everybody. We have to work together as a team to build up ourselves. Remember, in life, we're all interconnected. It's not just one person. One person makes a difference, but two makes a whole lot. So we can work, and it goes out there to all the big fellows, the oppositions. Please work together with the president, work together to build up the nation. Put your buckets out there. Do good for your fellow people.
Another very interesting point, Madam Fatima Conte, because we're trying to round up now, because this is a short program. We just do this program for talk to Fambulen, because again, people are skeptical. All man go talk, say, hey, this will not be necessary. People are trying to do this for get money, for do this, for do that. But we have to be cautious. We got to be cautious. We got to do the utmost best for make sure, say, we protect ourselves and we protect the community. Because I believe so I see President Canada here talk about it's very important, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very important. So, Madam Fatima, as we come now with the threat for roundup, like I say, this is a short program. We will subsequently for make sure say we share this video far and wide for let Fambulem na Sierra Leone, because the good doctor we don't advise you plenty in them in terms of this particular virus here, in terms of this particular variant here. So we not pay it. I know say I begin with the Accra Wood story, where always somebody like by you say something now we can talk to say they believe I'm again, but we not with patience. We know the health sector in our country is not very strong. It could be overrun so quickly if this particular variant take hold in our country. So me and you, we all get a responsibility for how we stop them in its track. Now we take the preventive measures, the social distancing, as the good doctor will say, the face masks, and do wash my hands. Try our best. We know it's going to be difficult. Definitely, knowing we community, knowing we country. We country now one port where all man they go inside together at the same time. So it's going to be very, very challenging. But Lord will do best. And Lord will left all things. When people will believe in God, Lord left all things to God. As far as we don't do our best, we believe say God will put an ego help we. Madam Fatima, I'll let you round up. For let you send message to Fambulem, to government, to the people when they look after the people in the salon in relation to this particular COVID-19.
First, and I talk to the doctors then, and the nurses, the medical personnel. When you took the oath, to do good to your patient. So please own up to your responsibility and do good to them, and not just say, okay, I just do no more. No, when they see, people feel, they feel how you relate to them, and let them wear their masks, encourage them, talk to them, encourage them, you know, una self can go out in the community, encourage each and every people, you know, wanna meet, say like this, if we don't take him like this, but if we not begin to say, oh well, you know, somebody take him, he died. Yes, we all get complications in life, you know, and our immune system, our antibodies, our and not build the same. We are all different. So please, when I go out there, when I prevent yourself, and you know, to the government and the opposition, when I go out, when I supply the people in the daily needs, what they need for wash the hand, the masks, so they don't get money saved for wearing the masks. And please, Mr. President, what we saw the last time when they were bulldozing and beating the people mercilessly, we don't want to see that. We don't want to see that. We don't want to see that anymore. You can't, you know, something will be in the country like this, but I begin to beat people there because you get the power. No, remember, the power rotates. It does not stand still. It moves around. And tomorrow, what are you going to do? So be good. Supply them food. Like I said, it's not too bad. It's not too late for you to reach out to us for help. We can help, even $1, you know, we can put it back together and send it there so our people can get food. Our people can get, you know, enough food and what they need, their daily needs can be met. So please, I'm begging you guys, to all of you, the president now and his cabinet ministers and everybody and the oppositions, you have to help your people, because at the end of the day, these people voted for you. So if they die, then who is going to vote for you? So you're going to lead yourself? No. We all need each other. You need me, I need you.
Okay, on that critical point, Madam Fatima Conte, with the door into a close. Famula, I want to thank you plenty. I know say recently we programmed the timing don't change to 10 o'clock because that are UK time and 9 p.m. Salon time, because we give people the opportunity to go for watch game, plenty game day on. But very soon they will revert back to the original time we can use. And again, I want to tell you next week, we'll talk about the unresolved to sim saga with Mr. Felix, Ambassador Felix P. Koumago, there with we, the unresolved to sim saga, and that's our discussion. And this Sunday, Mr. Prince Emil Koumago come back with the week in review. We're gonna watch out for so many programs them where they're in development, whether for coming at this platform. And again, we all want plenty gratitude. We're always there around for support this platform. Because waiting on this platform stand for all Sierra Leoneans. With the all people in authority responsible, accountable, with they keep the conversation going for the betterment of the country, Sierra Leone. And that is very important. And nobody will deviate we from that particular mission there, because Sierra Leone now with responsibility. And we Sierra Leoneans, we're going to make sure so we take that responsibility serious. And make sure so we do all we can and we bet in power for help we country. So on that point, I want to know all thank you. And I want to tell me guests and today plenty thank you. We human rights activists, when a resident somebody in this particular platform, and also the good doctor will be joining me earlier on, Dr. Firamusu Kamawado advice with plenty one about this particular variant of this COVID-19 and call it Delta variant, where government say don't reach now we country. So people, and please now take it, allow we do the necessary thing for protect yourself and protect the community. And that regard, I want to all thank you. I want to viewers and thank you, family and thank you. And again, until then, bye. God bless you now. God bless we country Sierra Leone, and God bless we amazing and wonderful guests and today who are going on the platform. Thank you and bye-bye.